Hi, I'm Jeremy, and I'm just so aggravated with all of this lying and nonsense stuff. I just made a video about Marvel's What If episode number 1 about that Mary Sue of a trash dumpster fire episode that they just made. I just cannot express this enough. You see these people right here that are on the screen? These are real world people. JFK, Gandhi, Hitler, Stalin, Churchill, Roosevelt, Martin Luther King, Nelson Mandela. You know what? None of these people have any kind of superpowers. They're all the same. But we love and we hate these people based off of their values. And their values are their actions. Not their words, I mean a little bit, but it's really their actions. It's the things that they did. Either the great or the horrible things that they did. It's not the powers. They all control power in some way. Let me give another example. Other superheroes, like Superman. I spelled heroes wrong here. And so they have... Okay, so... Oh, I forget who this guy is right here. Here we go. Top 10 characters. That's exactly what we need. Ultraman. Ultraman has the same as Superman. He's very strong. He's very powerful. Hyperion. Another guy. Super strength, super speed, can fly. All that stuff. Supreme. This is from Youngblood. This is Image. It's Image comic books right here. Mr. Majestics. He's from Wildcats. This is from Image too. Same Superman powers. Apollo. Man, why are they taking so many from Image? This is from Stormwatch. I don't know of Apollo, but I know Stormwatch. I had a friend that was into Stormwatch. The Sentry. I don't know, but I don't know of Sentry. Much like Hyperion, the Sentry is the name of several different characters in the Marvel Universe. So this guy's from Marvel. Omni-Man. From Invincible. If you've been watching that TV show, it's based off of a comic book, and it has kind of the same story where it's a race of Kryptonian kind of like beings, and they have all of these superpowers. Astonishment, that the End League, that looks like Emma Frost right there. So is this DC? No, Dark Horse. Alpha One, and the Plutonian, like the Kryptonian. What else do they have? That movie, Brightburn. It is a... It's kind of a what if. What if is nothing new. They've been doing this in comics forever. And this is a what if Superman was evil. And you can see right here in the trailer, his eyes are lighting up because he's just like Superman. He crash lands on Earth on a farm. He can fly, he has X-ray vision, he has heat vision, but instead of being good, he's evil. He hears voices in his head telling him to kill and to take over the world and to conquer it and to make it his own. And the boys. And with the boys, you have Highlander. Where's one of Highlander? There's a good one of Highlander. This is the brother of, if you watch Lord of the Rings, one of the elf chicks there. This is her brother. Anyways, he's like Superman. Same thing. Incredibly strong, bulletproof, flies around. Instead of heat vision, they call it laser vision. Same damn thing. He wears red, white, and blue, has a cape. He's evil. It's not the superpowers that make you good or bad. I'm sure with this list of 10 others, like, do you know of these? chances are most of you don't. You know why? Because most of these characters suck. Because you have the Mary Sue. But there's also a male version of this. And it's called a Gary Sue. Or... oh... Let me find it here. So the male version of this is a Gary Stew. And it's the same exact thing. He doesn't have any kinds of problems. Everything just goes his way. Just figures everything out. Ray is a Mary Sue. Wesley Crusher from Star Trek. Yeah, he's kind of a Gary Sue there. So is Harry Potter. I bet I... yeah, are any of the characters in the Harry Potter books Mary Sue? Well, ask the... or Marty Stew. I think Hermione would qualify as a Mary Sue. Yeah, she is kind of like that. And I've seen back whenever Harry Potter was more of a thing, they talked about that a lot. Ginny Weasley, but she's not a main character though. But it was a lot about Harry Potter because it's like everything just kind of works out his way a lot, and it's like, yes, absolutely. Powers don't make you great. You can do the same thing with Batman. You have a list of superheroes that are like Batman, and it's the same thing with this nonsense right here. Just because you gave her Captain America's powers, that doesn't make her Captain America in any way. What made Captain America so great was his character. Same thing with Tony Stark. He's not a Gary Stew. His story, he starts off, you would think his father is absolute trash. And you find out, no, it was just, he was young. He had a kind of a different view on the world. He was more of a rebel, kind of partying around, and as he goes through, even at the beginning of the movie of Iron Man, the first one right there, he's still kind of like that. But as you go through the movies, he progresses, and he becomes something more than that. And there's all these Easter eggs about where there he's in the little lake. They got his little first little heart thing, proof that Tony Stark has a heart. That's a reference from the very first Iron Man movie with this first little thing that he made. And they can do this with women too, and they do. I'm not gonna go into it anymore. What is that? Aliens? Can't spell. Sigourney Weaver right there. She just played a great character in Aliens in the first two. Those two movies were great. Man, Jeanette Goldstein's getting a little bit older there. She was... man, Paul Reiser too. Oh my goodness. How old is he? 64. He's getting up there. Anyways, she has a good story with this. It's not the greatest, but she's in stasis for several decades. She wakes up. Her daughter is dead. And this little girl, Newt, is like the only survivor, finds her there. They form this relationship. She has a real problem with Bishop because if you see the previous movie, you know why androids suck. Oh, Drake. Yeah. Things don't go her way. Things screw up like crazy. And it's just... anyways, I wanted to make a second one because... I don't like it. I don't like it at all. Giving someone powers doesn't make them great. It's what they do with it. How do they learn? This happens in real life. Whenever you give druggies money, for example, whenever you just give them this stuff, they die because they overdose. Because money, in a way, it is power. It's not fantasy power. It's real power. It gives you the power to go out and to do things. And they choose to do nefarious things. They go out and they buy drugs and alcohol and they get a little hotel room. And I heard about this all the time whenever I worked at a convenience store with a friend of mine who opened it up. And these homeless people came in all the time. And this is exactly what they did with it. No amount of money in the world cleaned these people up. All it did was it made them worse. And that's exactly what they're talking about here with Captain America. What the doctor's trying to tell him. It's such a good metaphor, even though he's talking about fictional powers. It's like, well, doesn't this happen to people in real life whenever they get power, that the worst or the best of them come out? I made a video about this just the other day with Jordan Peterson with the homeless people. That one of the videos he's talking about that if people just had money, then they would probably kind of go crazy because people don't know how to handle themselves. And we know this whenever people win the lottery, that within a year, 80% to 85% of these people don't know how to handle it at all, and they end up losing it, and they're right back in the same situation that they were in before, and they usually act incredibly horrible during that time.
Compassion.
Let's hear that again.
Knows the value of strength and knows compassion.
So he's talking about how there are people out there who know the value of strength and compassion and when to use it and when not, and that the Red Skull, his values were the opposite. That's why Red Skull's a villain and Captain America is the hero, because they too have the same powers. But what they did with those powers and the struggles that they went through make them two different characters. One that we like and one that we hate. And it wasn't just, oh, I just got these powers and now I'm great. It's like, no, that's not it at all. So yeah, part 2. My ranting's done for now. If you've liked and enjoyed, hit the thumbs up button. Thanks, bye.